Alright, I would like to start by saying I don't know why this movie was divided into two parts. Hello everybody, my name is Aris Daniel, gospel film reviewer and critic, and I'm delighted to bring another movie review to you all this afternoon. So as usual, sit back, relax and enjoy. The name of the movie I'll be reviewing is titled Broken Cross Part 1 and 2 from the stables of Prodram Productions Nigeria. It was produced by Ayobami Adeboyega, directed by Ayobami Adeboyega and Segun Ilori, written by Ayobami Adeboyega, and the DOP on the set was Kayode Alao and Sis Afolayan, edited by Sheyi Fadiji. Lighting was done by Mayowa Sam and Tosin Adebayo, and the sound was done by Muyiwa Abidoye. So the movie features cast like Kolade Segun Okiowo, who played Apostle Adeyemi, and Feyi Adepoju, who played Pastor Mrs. Adeyemi, and then Ayobami Adeboyega, the writer and the director, who played John, a notorious boy. Yeah, so before I finally read the movie, let me just be giving you a brief summary of the storyline. It tells the story of a guy played by Ayobami Adeboyega, who played John, who was a ruffian. He was destined to be great, but in the sense that he gave his parents tough time. He gave his parents a lot of headache. He wasn't listening. His father was a pastor. He deflates people's tires in the church, and he wasn't just listening. He went abroad to school. He was deported back home. He was involved in drugs, and at the end of the day, he gave his life to Christ because he saw that everything didn't pay when he had a terrible accident when he was trying to take drugs to deliver some drugs, hard drugs. I mean, he had an accident, and then he went back to the cross. Hence the name Broken Cross. So that's all I'll be telling you about the storyline. I think the moral lesson there is that Jesus Christ died for us. Jesus Christ did so many for us. So we should not waste our lives on worldly the pleasures of this life. We shouldn't waste our life on the pleasures of this life. That's just the moral lesson of this storyline. Straight up to the things I love and things I did not like about this movie. I must say this movie had a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues with this movie. Things I love about the movie, let's start with that. I love the cinematography. They used a dolly. It was beautiful. The cinematography was beautiful. I love the lighting as well, but there was something I didn't like about the lighting. I love the sound. It was clear. The audio output was okay. We heard everything. I love the subtitling. The subtitling didn't have issues. Also, I love the acting of everybody. Kolade Segun Okiowo, Ayobami, and Feyi Adepoju. They did well. They acted well. Straight up to the things I did not like about this movie. In the morning scene, when it was a devotion scene, Segun Kolade Okiowo wasn't on his pajamas. You know, this kind of, they're telling you that this is a morning scene, devotion scene, and then somebody is on normal t-shirt and eyeglasses. It's not even looking like a morning scene. So I think he should have been on pajamas. They should have given him pajamas. That's the fault of the costumer, the costume manager. I think he should have been on pajamas. The next thing I did not like about this movie was that in part 1, John's outfit was too decent for his character. He was playing the role of this ruffian, and then he was not wearing it. He wasn't looking it in his outward appearance. I mean, his costume. I mean, I have issues with the person with the costumer of this movie. I have issues with the kind of costume selected for this movie. I mean, this is a ruffian, and then he's not even looking it. Not until he went to part 2. Then I think the costumer remembered that this person is supposed to look rough, and then they started making him look rough with his attire, with his costume, which I think that is an error. The next thing I did not like was that the set design of John's room did not depict the room of a ruffian. You know what I mean? The set design, it didn't depict. We couldn't connect that this is the room of a ruffian. It was just a normal room. I mean, no pictures on the wall of bad boys and all that. The next thing I did not like was that the story was rushed, disjointed, and leaving the viewers confused and not carried along at all. The story was disjointed. The story had a lot of issues. The story didn't develop well. John went to Dubai. John went to the village for evangelism. I don't know how that came. That just happened within the twinkling of an eye. Before you know it, John has gone to Dubai without even the viewers knowing how he got there. From the village scene in part 1, where he was in village evangelism, he appeared in Dubai in part 2. I mean, then he had an accident, and then it seemed as if he had gone to hell, and then they showed us that he had not gone to hell. He's awake. I mean, that wasn't relatable. I would the viewers, I didn't really understand what was going on in the storyline. Next thing was that the establishment shot of the church scene was bad, in the sense that they are telling you that this is a church building, and then they're showing you a school. I mean, the establishing shot didn't work for me at all. Also, I don't know the reason why John would accept to go to the village on evangelism. I don't really understand. I didn't really understand that at all. Next thing I did not like about the film was the lady who played John's girlfriend in Dubai was too serious. She did not interpret the role of a girlfriend. She didn't interpret this girly role. She was too hostile like that. She was acting more like do I say a serious role. She was not playing the role of a girlfriend at all. I think she did not understand her character perfectly. Next thing I did not like was that John tried to create this rough voice. I mean the voice of a ruffian, talking rough, and then in some scenes he will forget and then talk normally. I think that didn't work. Continuity issues was bad. Next thing I did not like was that the lighting was not used to tell the story in this movie. Some scenes where the lighting was not supposed to be too sharp, it was sharp, and then the story wasn't easily relatable. Next thing I did not like, which is the final thing, was that the character analysis for John was not well done by the writer. I think the writer did not really explain that character, how the character is supposed to look like in terms of physical appearance, how his voice should sound, how his hair should look. I mean, the character was not well worked on the way it was supposed to be. These were the only things I did not like about the movie. I mean, this movie had a lot of issues and it didn't really go down well with me, in my honest opinion. Thank you very much for watching.